So last week I talked about some of the behind-the-scenes changes I was going to be making on the channel after attending the YouTube NextUp program. And I think that freaked some people out. I mean, just because YouTube named me one of the top most amazing YouTubers in the history of the universe doesn't mean I'm going to let that go to my head. Or that I'm going to be constantly making references to it. Look, I'm just a normal guy. I put my pants on one leg at a time and I poop just like everyone else. Not necessarily in that order, but you get what I'm saying. I mean, if you think I'm going to let this change me, then you don't know me at all. I mean, a person can be grounded while still knowing that they are one of the most amazing people in the history of the world. I mean, I keep being told in comments that people like me because of my humility, and it's true, I'm humble. Nobody's more humble than I am. I am the best at being humble. I mean, you guys are my tribe, and I'm always going to be here for you, no matter how high of a pedestal YouTube puts me on. Hey, wait a second, where's my music? Okay, this is too hot. Way too hot. Way too hot. So a big part of what we did at the camp were production workshops where we talked about camera and audio gear. And in the process of this, it reminded me of something that's really unique and interesting about the human brain that I wanted to discuss for a second. Take microphones, for example. A lot of times, people who aren't used to using audio equipment, they'll go into a room and they'll set up and they'll record, and then they'll listen later and be like, oh my God, there was all this noise in that room and I had no idea. That's because the human brain tunes out a lot of stuff. In fact, the audio guy, he took a moment and he said, just stop and just listen to the room for a second. And when he did that, suddenly the noise of a machine in the back suddenly started to pick up. You could hear that. The noise of the AC you could pick up. All these are things that the microphones hear, but we don't. But it's not that we don't hear it because our ears aren't any good, it's because our brains just tune it out. It's the same reason why Shazam can't pick up what a song is if a cricket is farting in a bar. But we can hear it just fine. Maybe we just don't know what the song is, and that's why we're using Shazam. But seriously, take a second right now, pause this video for like 10 seconds and just listen to the room and see what you're picking up that you couldn't hear before. Just do it right now. And cameras work the same way. Anybody who works with cameras know that you have to white balance them before you shoot things because the camera has to be set so that it is adjusting for what our eyes already do automatically. Of course, when I say eyes, I actually mean our brains. Our eyes just pick up the picture. That's actually what this is for. I use this before every time I do one of these. I put this up and I register that as a neutral color, and then it has water on it. Why does it have water on it? But again, if you're outside, the light is mostly blue coming from the sky, and your brain adjusts for that. If you're in an interior room and you have tungsten lights on, tungsten lights are very red and warm, and your eyes adjust for that. It all looks normal to you, but the light itself is very different. And cameras don't have that brain that automatically adjusts for it, so you have to do it manually by yourself by white balancing. Same thing with audio. You've got to tune out that stuff that you don't normally hear that your brain naturally tunes out by itself. But it doesn't just filter out our external stuff. It filters out our internal stuff as well. Anything that's a constant distracting thing, whether it's coming from outside of you or inside with your own thoughts, your brain has a way of filtering that out so that you don't even notice it. You know, if we're stressed out all the time, if we're complaining all the time, that just becomes our normal. And our brain filters out that base level of normal because it's only focused on the things that are important to you in that moment. But underneath those negative thoughts, those complaints, that negativity, it does work subconsciously on you. This is why I'm so big on meditation, because that's basically all meditating is just sitting down and listening. Just like we did with the sound earlier, just stopping and listening and paying attention to what's going on, but you're paying attention to what's going on inside, your thoughts, your moods, your emotions. Chances are you'll hear some things that you didn't even know were there. Things that were affecting you in ways that you didn't know. Like always, I have to wax profound about everything. But that was just a thought, a little lesson that came from a workshop that we went through in New York. I thought I would share it with you. Maybe it's interesting to you, maybe it's not. But I'm still hard at work setting up some stuff so that this channel will be much better in the beginning of September. I want to thank you guys for your patience. In the meantime, I do have a lightning round thing coming up. I'm going to do it this week. I'm going to do it on social media someday this week. I'm going to get up in the morning. I'm going to say, hit me with your lightning round questions. I'm going to put them all in a video. It'll be a lot of fun. In the meantime, I'll be doing some videos like this, just little thoughts, musings, what have you, and I hope I'll keep you entertained until we get back on track. But I appreciate you guys watching. Give it a thumbs up if you like it. Share it if you like it. If you're first time here, it's not normally like this, but I hope you subscribe because I got some good stuff coming. In the meantime, you guys go out and have an eye-opening week, and I will see you next time. Love you guys. Take care.